Just for a few moments here, enjoy the breath. You've heard many times that true yoga is space between thought. So with the breath, we can invite that. Letting the head bow slightly, acknowledging the heart, where your love, your light, your peace resides. And then we'll slowly open our eyes up and we'll bring ourselves up. Good to have everybody here again. If you interlace your fingers, palms toward me. And today we'll just start a little movement over to your right. So feel that left hand lift up a little bit more. Just a gentle, early blowing palm here. Don't go too deep. And then coming back to center, and now we'll move to your opposite side. So now that right wrist lifts up a little bit more and over. We'll repeat these a few times each side. So that's why I suggested just staying up a little higher. Coming back to center. Once more, we'll go to your right. Maybe even closing the eyes, and it's just keeping the movement going. Not really rocking. You want to feel your seat that we started with. That's your base. You want to feel that length through the side ribs. So just a few more times here, just gently moving side to side. And then coming back to center, release those arms down. Just give you a little shoulder roll here, making sure everything feels okay. And we'll repeat that with the change of the clasp of the hands. Arms lift up. Other side, we start with the right, so now let's go to your left. So once more, just a change of the hands, kind of change, maybe a little feeling. And as you gently move side to side, keeping your base stable. Maybe once more, maybe closing the eyes and being with the breath and just feeling the movement. And we'll work our way back to center and releasing the hands down. All right, keep it with a little movement with the cat and the cow. Round your back. Pausing here for a moment, seeing what the back may be saying this morning. And then we'll go back the other way. Static cat. Hands press, chest opens. And coming back to center. Now we'll add the breath in. Take a big full inhale, and with the exhale, round that back, coming to your cat. Slow breathing here. And then when you come back the other way with your inhale, we'll bring ourselves feeling the extension through the front of the body. So not following me, follow your breath. And as you're working with this movement, maybe 3 or 4 more times, possibly coming a little bit deeper into it. Deeper in the round, deeper on the extension. But, of course, being safe. And then after your next extension up, that will finish this part, and we'll move back to some side ribs openers. All right, so right hand comes down, left fingertips lift up. We'll keep it moving here. So just a few times, keep the bottom arm straight. And be more with the movement of the upper arm. And then with the repetition here, possibly that bottom arm might start to bend a little. Again, the invitation may be closing the eyes and feeling through yourself as you're going with this movement. Usual instruction with this, that upper shoulder might start to open back. And the head may start to turn toward the upper arm. Not required. And we'll take this movement to a static one. So the next time that you go to the right, kind of feel how you feel with the bending of the right arm and pausing here. So with this, we want to feel the left sit bone root. We want to really lengthen through those left fingertips away. Always respectful of any shoulder issues you may have. And this is the one where the support of the right arm or wherever you are, right hand, let that left shoulder open back and breathe with this, adding in the twist that you can. Feeling the extension of the left fingertips reaching toward your right. And then we'll come up. And we'll switch sides. So now right fingertips lift up and over. Your decision on the bending of the left elbow. With the left hand for support, lengthen to those right fingertips away from you. And on this side here, right shoulder opens back safely. Head may turn. And we'll come back to center. Once more, a little shoulder roll here. Hopefully these openers may feel a little bit better there. So with the twisting today, we'll do the little Baxter routine, and we'll do it together here to get going. So inhale up, fingertips reach away from you, and with your slow exhalation, twist to your right. When you start to inhale up again, arms lift again, and with exhale, hands come down. We'll move to the left side. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting to your left, tall spine. Inhale up, and arms come down. So that's the movement. If you're breathing a little slower than I am, hopefully you are, you won't be going as quick as I am. So I'm going to start to slow down a little bit. I'm going to time it with the breath. And with the twist on each side, with the support of the hands, you may come just a little bit deeper into your safe twist, always respectful of any spinal issues that you may have. And of course, with the twist, kind of notice, do I kind of want to bring my shoulders up by my ears? So we want to keep the shoulders releasing down. So one more rep each side, if you will. Well, next time that you go to the right, that will start it because we want to finish up as you go to your left. Not rushing you, finish what you're doing. I want to do just a couple little seated arm openers, shoulder openers. We're kind of working with that here. And if you have your strap or your belt, whatever you're using for that, we'll put it on our thumbs. This is the one where the hands start to reach away from each other. And this will keep with the motion here. And so as you try to break that strap, then the hands start to reach back behind you and then coming up and down. So not trying to tire you out here. So a few rounds with this. Hands move away from each other. That might be safe for you. Those that are a little more open, the hands start to work toward each other. You want to keep a tall spine with this. It's easy to rock forward and back, kind of like a little mini cat and cow. But we're trying to keep the motion into the shoulders. So the next time that you go back behind you, if you will, pause. This is where I say, kind of find a sweet spot, or maybe not so sweet. You say, okay, been out in the yard, I've been doing my walking, Peggy. I just want to breathe here. I want to feel the front of the chest lifting. And then we'll come up and releasing the strap down. All right, so I want to quickly show the demo on this one. And I think if you've been with me anytime, you know this is one that I'd like to offer a lot. So with the strap or whatever you're using in the right hand, the left hand will slide away, bringing the head in front of the strap. And this is the one where we open the upper shoulder back. So your right hand will be the support hand holding the strap. Left hand slides through. And now that left hand is going to reach back behind you as your shoulder says it's okay today. But breathe in this. Try to break the strap. Let the head turn toward that left hand. Or if the neck says no, keep the head looking forward. You know, be kind with yourself here. And we'll come up and we'll switch sides. So now the left hand will be the support hand. Right hand will reach back on this side here. You're feeling that openness across the upper part of the right shoulder. Head happy. And we'll come up, and we'll repeat this just one more time. And possibly, with the openness, the hands may work a little closer together. So in this case, the left hand may start to walk a little closer toward the right arm. The elbow might start to bend a little bit. That's fine, but you may be able to come back a little further. So keep that arm extended if you need to. So this is for your practice. Be kind to yourself here. A little twist going on, of course, but there's more openness across the left upper shoulder here. And we'll come up and final side with this one. So now the left hand will be support, right hand lifts up, and right shoulder opens back. And we'll come up and releasing down. All right, just let those shoulders move around a little bit. We'll move to the eagle arms with this one. So extend the fingertips away from each other. We'll bring your right elbow over your left, thumbs up toward the ceiling, hitchhike toward the back of the room. Backs of the hands together, fine. Fine modification. Or fingers may wrap around to palm here. Feel the broadness across the upper back, middle back. Let those elbows come forward slightly. Let those fingertips lift up slightly. Head may bend forward slightly. Protecting the neck, but feeling the stretch there. And we'll release that down. Fingertips move away from each other. Opposite side here, left over right. Thumbs up toward the ceiling. This side here. Elbows reach forward, fingertips lift. Head may bow slightly forward. Tadasana, upper part of it here. And we'll gently release that. Little shoulder roll here. All right, so as advertised, I want to let the thigh open up this morning. And so many of you have done this many times. And so, you know, the options here, of course, is stay a little higher this morning, whatever you need to do. And those that want to come a little bit lower, elbows might start to bend. You may have your propping behind you as you come down. So we'll take our right leg back. The tops of the feet feel bad, you know, you can always put a little more support under that. Let that chest lift, and then start to bring yourself back. Now, as you bring yourself back, if that right knee starts to lift from the mat, you're there. Okay, we want to feel the nice, beautiful stretch here. Those that have been doing a lot of walking lately, this is for you. Think about the right knee reaching forward. It may start to sneak out to the side, and that'll just show that, okay, that's all right today, but we want to think about it looking forward as best you can. Safety in that left foot to give you support there and balance between the sides. Tadasana, here we are. Ardha, half. This is one where the breath might start to shorten, so keep the breath deep. Now we want to safely bring ourselves up. So as you support yourself as you bring yourself up, assisting the right ankle to come around. If you need to extend it forward, just a little counter here, that's fine. Just making sure everything feels okay. And then you will switch sides. So the right knee will bend. Left foot will be going back this side here. And you may notice a difference in the sides. One side may feel, okay, I can go a little bit lower, or I need to stay higher. So once more, as you bring yourself down, feel that front chest open. And then bringing yourself down into where you need to practice with this here. Being with the breath, feeling the stretch. And we'll start to safely bring ourselves out of this side here. We'll gently remove the propping away from you, because we'll transition to the floor now. So as you transition, you may need a little support behind. The head bent. Let the legs go side to side a few times. Movement with this. We worked on those shoulders open a little bit. You may feel like you want to bring the arms in the letter T. It may start to want to come into the motion here. Now the head will look in the opposite direction that the legs are going. Those that say, okay, my shoulders feel pretty good, maybe the arms come into full body stretch arms. And those that are adding the full body, you may feel like as the legs go to one side, those opposite fingertips reach a little further toward the wall behind you. Can't really turn the head that much with the arms like this, but you'll be getting a little more side stretch. A couple more times each side here. The beauty of the windshield wipers. And we'll start to work our way back to center, returning the arms down by the side, and then walking the feet back in line with these sit bones. Bring that right knee in toward your chest. We'll keep the left knee bent for the moment here. And let the head lift from the mat if you're a head lifter. Just breathe into this. And releasing foot and head down. Right foot stays on the mat. Left knee will come into you on this side here. Head may lift. And releasing down. We'll repeat each side, but now, as you bring the right knee, extend the left leg forward. This is a usual ankle roll here on the right side. Point and flex, movement there. spreading toes. And with your left foot, feel like it's touching, we're moving the wall there, and you're just feeling the wall there. So it's an active left leg. And then we'll place that right foot on top of left thigh for the assisted twist. So right fingertips reach away from you, left hand will pull the right knee over. So we did all those warm-ups to the side ribs a few minutes ago. Feel that here. Happy in the right shoulder, wherever it is. Lengthen through those right fingertips. Head turners, head will gently turn in the direction of your right hand. Usual softening of the pose with a big inhale and exhale, possibly a little bit deeper. And we'll gently come back out. We'll extend the right leg forward. Bend that left knee in. Left ankle rolls here. Spreading the toes. Stepping on that wall with your right foot. Now moving the left foot to top of right thigh. Left fingertips reach away from you. Big inhale again, and then exhale. Gently bringing the left knee down towards the floor. So left side ribs open here. Keep length to that right heel. Head may turn toward the outstretched left fingertips. And as we did the other side, we'll soften it with the breath. Big inhale again. Once more, exhale deeper. And gently coming out, we extend the left leg forward, full body stretch. Nice big inhale. Exhale, we'll capture the right knee, head lifters, head will lift. Then the movement side to side here with the breath. Inhale with the extension, exhale with the flexion. Always the opportunity to bring both knees in toward the chest, as long as the lower back says that is okay. And then we'll work our way back to capturing one knee or both knees. Little sacral roll for the counter. Always like this. Feel that nice self-massage across the lower back. And then we'll place our knees on the mat. So we're going to do half happy baby today. And so we'll get there. We'll keep the left knee bent, left foot on the mat, bring the right knee in, using your strap or capturing, however you want to capture your right foot. Extend the bottom of the right foot up toward the ceiling in that direction. And then with the breath, nice big inhale here, and exhale, we'll bend that right knee down in the direction of the floor. Deep inner thigh stretch. And we'll release the right foot. Now we'll move to the left side. Left foot lifts up, and left knee comes down. And we'll release down. So as you bring yourself down, bring the bottom of the feet together. Want to do kind of like the clam, the Baddha Konasana action here. So now knees move away from each other. As you work the bottom of the feet toward each other, feeling the little toes pressed together, big toe mounds come together, and then maybe they start to move away from each other, depending on flexibility. Extend your arms toward full body stretch arms. Breath here. So lengthen those right fingertips back away from you a little more. It's just a little gentle rocking motion here. And then back to where it was. And now those left fingertips reach back. A few times on your own. Just a gentle rocking motion here. Legs in Baddha Konasana. And coming back to center. Just a couple more breaths. Really feel those fingertips reach back behind you. And maybe those big toe mounds start to think about moving away a little bit further. And then we'll return the arms down by the side, assisting the legs to come up. And now bring the knees together and let the feet separate. We're just getting a little counter here across the sacral area. Maybe putting your hands on your belly for just a moment here and feeling the breath. Alrighty, so we'll separate the feet again. Do want to quickly do eye to needle. We'll take our right ankle past our left knee. Strap if you need to help with that with the legs, and then bringing the knees toward the chest. Keep linked to the right heel. You've done this so many times. I'll let you choose a variation you want this morning. Maybe movement, maybe extending the left leg, maybe walking the hands up the leg. This is your practice. Few breaths here. And we'll gently release this side and making your switch. So now left ankle past right knee. Keep linked to that left heel, staying the knee, and knees toward chest. And we'll release ourselves down. All right, so let's just quickly touch on the hamstrings. If you'll get your strap for that. We'll take our right foot up. If you want to start with that left knee bent at first, perfect option. And really invite that link to the right leg. We did the thighs, now we're going to do the backs of the legs now, of course. Just for a moment here. And then if you want to extend that left leg forward, just a few breaths here. Really feel that right thigh engaged. You've got that wall towards your left foot again. You're feeling the support of all four corners of the left foot against that wall. Breathing. So this is big toe one. This is all we're going to do on each side. But we're going to stay here a few more breaths. So really engage that right thigh. Let that right heel reaching up away from you. And those that want to, if you want to let the head lift, walking the hands further up the strap, depending on your flexibility, where you want to be with this. But breathe into this. And then we'll gently come out of the side here. As the right leg comes down, maybe bending the right knee. If you want to start with the bottom leg bent first. And we'll extend the left leg out. So that just helps you get the actions we're going for here. Left thigh, that working motion is opposing hamstring, opposing muscle groups. So with the thigh working, the hamstring will lengthen with time, with breath. And then, if you do have the knee bent and want to continue on, we'll extend the right leg forward. You may have to let off the strap a little bit. And on this side here, same actions. You decide where you want to go with it. That left thigh working, head may lift, hands may walk up, leg, torso may stay down. Right foot stepping on the wall that we've moved toward you. And we'll gently release this down. All right, so I want to do the pose where we'll roll to our right side. So as you're on your right side, it's like said in my classes before, this is like we're down at the beach. And you want to make a line as best you can. You'll cradle your head with your right hand. And kind of the prep here is just to kind of see how things feel. Takes a little core work to keep you from rocking, maybe falling forward, falling back. That's a good thing. And we'll bend our left leg. And so just place your left leg on your right leg. So this is kind of stage one. And today, maybe you just want to work with stage one. We'll reach down and invite that left knee toward you. And then you'll just start to extend that left leg away from you. So, say, okay, I'm feeling pretty good with this. In your mind, you're thinking, okay, when I know in a moment he's going to ask me to use the strap and we're going to straighten the leg, which is true. So, but in the meantime, start to straighten that leg as best you can without the aid of the strap. Now, with that leg lifting up, what's going on in the tummy? Is it having to work a little harder? Maybe engaging a little more to keep you in line with where we're going with this. So just for a moment here, left hand can come out for support in front of you if you need that, and lengthen to that left heel away from you. Good, and then we'll start to bend the knee down. Now, stage two with this, you're welcome to repeat what you just did. If you want to capture your strap, putting it around the foot, left knee will come in, and then we'll start to extend that left leg away from you. Breath here, being kind to yourself and safe. Straighten the leg as you're able, and feel that length of the left heel reaching away from you. Want a little more fun with this, start to let the left foot reach back behind you. Oh my goodness, it takes a little more core work to keep me from rolling behind. A couple more breaths here. Lengthen through that right heel on the floor. Lengthen through that left heel away from you. Think about those left toes reaching in the direction of your head and breathing here. And then we'll start to come out of the side here. Very nicely done. All righty, so we have another side. So we want to gently make your change. So I'm not facing away from you. I'm going to come up and switch sides. Probably doing that too. So now as you cradle the head with your left hand, extend the legs away from you. So you kind of know what to expect, and we'll take it in slow little increments here. So we'll bend the right leg, putting it on the left. Reaching up, now we'll start to bring that left knee in. Might notice a difference in the sides. We're just working with it here. And now with this, we'll start to extend that left heel away from us. If you need to bring that hand down on this, that's what I'm going to do here. This side's tighter on me, personally. And start thinking about the leg lifting away from you and thinking, okay, that might need to do what I need to do on this side. In a moment, we'll use a strap or what you're using here. Breath here, lengthen that left heel away from you, lengthen that right heel away from you. And then we'll start to come out of this. All right, so here we go. those that are going to use a strap. Bringing ourselves up into this. So the work of the core, the work of the right heel reaching away from you. Follow those right toes reaching toward your head a little more. Engage, opening those hamstrings once more. 1 or 2 more breaths here. Maybe that right foot starts to reach behind you a little further. And then we'll gently bring ourselves out of this. Good. So we'll transition now to our stomachs. And with the hands firmly planted into the mat, we'll bring ourselves up into all fours. Okay, just a reiteration of the cat and cow. See how the spine feels. So round that back. And then coming back the other way. And we'll come back to neutral. All right, so kind of moving with a little twisting action and also with shoulder movement, threading the needle. So just as a review, in a moment, we'll go to your right. So left fingertips will travel away from you. And then as you come up, right arm straightens and that left arm starts to lift. So join with me now, threading the needle. We'll feel the tops of the feet grounding into the floor. They may feel a little lighter, especially with the movement. Very common. And with the repetition here, you may feel that your left fingertips are lifting up further. So 1 or 2 more here, and you'll make your switch. So now your left hand will be support, the right fingertips will be doing the traveling here. And as we did the other side, 1 or 2 more here. And coming back to all fours. All right, Adho Mukha Shavasana, down facing dog. We've done all these warm-ups. Hopefully this dog's going to feel pretty good this morning. So from all fours, hands come out, wrist in front of shoulders. Really spread those fingers wide. There's a base on this side here. Middle finger looking forward, if a little tightness in the shoulders, index finger. And then you'll bring yourself up. And as you bring yourself up, usual, walk that dog. This is where I like to get a little toe stretch. So let those heels lift from the mat. It's like I've got that purple strap or whatever you may have, and I'm lifting you up toward the ceiling. You're making a big old V. Big old V. Take a nice inhale and then exhale. Those heels start to descend down. Now we've been working with plank lately, so we'll bring ourselves to plank. Knees down is a perfect option if you need it. Those that are up in the full plank, feel those thighs lifting. Feel those heels reaching back. Extension of the crown of the head lifting forward. And then we'll gently make our way back to downward dog.
So again, play with it a little if you want to. If you want to be more in the static Adho Mukha Shavasana, adding that in. Close your eyes. Really feel this. We'll bring ourselves to plank again. Your choice here. And then one more time, back to downward dog. Resting anytime you want to. And we'll bring ourselves to plank. This time, upward dog. So let the pelvis start to descend down toward the floor. Relax the shoulders down. Chest coming between the arms. Legs very active here. Toes bent. Flat feet on the floor, whatever, tops of the feet on the floor if you need that. Breathing into your upward dog. Turning back to plank and downward dog. And then we'll bring our knees to the mat. And for a well-deserved rest for just a moment. If you like the active child's pose, the hands really pressing to the mat as you feel the extension back. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. Or traditional child pose if you want to return the arms by the side. Then we'll bring our hands under our shoulders to safely bring ourselves up. All right, so now we'll transition just for a couple little standing poses. And for that, we need to stand up. If you want to bring yourself up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Also, if you have books or blocks that you want to use for like side angle pose, you may have those handy on each side of the mat. So from your mountain pose, if you will, just take a moment and look down. You know, the outer part of the feet are parallel to each other. Feet hip width apart. And after a while, the toes start to come together. Big toes may touch, opening in the heels. So it's tall mountain. As the feet ground, the lift. We've opened the legs, hopefully. We've opened the side ribs. We've opened the shoulders. Everybody's an inch taller than when they started, hopefully. Separating the feet. Today we'll start with triangle pose. A little difference here. So left toes will come in, right toes look away, extend through the arms. So with the breath, big inhale here, exhale to hinge at the hip, hinge at the hip. Right hand touches something, left fingertips may lift, head happy. Breathing in your Trikonasana. And lifting up to the left fingertips, resting the arms if you need to, or keep them extended. We'll make the change in our feet. Forward first, right toes in, left leg opens out. With the breath again, big inhale again and exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And your triangle pose with the breath. And lengthening up, feet face together. We'll go to warrior two. So left toes in, right toes away. Lengthen the fingertips once more. On the inhale, and then exhale, right knee bends. Head turns to look over right fingertips. Peek down. Is my knee over my ankle? If it's not, your stance may need to be a little wider. Warrior two.
Since we worked with those side ribs so much today, let's reverse the warrior. So right hand will lift, turn, fingertips lift up, left hand safely on leg. And maybe that right knee bends just a little more, feeling that length of this right side ribs. Coming back to warrior two, straighten the right leg, feet facing forward. Once again, resting arms if you need to, as the feet make their change. Right toes in, left toes out 90. With the breath again. Big inhale again, warrior two. And the reverse warrior here. Left knee may bend slightly more. Coming back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg, feet facing forward, and we'll return to our mountain pose. And the pause, seeing how you feel. All righty, side angle pose, separating the feet. Good, going back to your right, left toes in, right toes reach away. With your breath, your Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose. Big inhale. And as you exhale, right knee will bend, higher version, elbow to knee. Lower version, hands come down propping, adding the upper arm if you are. Sometimes people will leave the upper arm out to work with that on this side, that left shoulder opening back. A little twist involved around here. So right ribs coming around, being with the breath here. Feeling that link through these side ribs. All righty, lifting up. And we'll make our change to your left. Right toes in, left toes reach away with the breath again. Big inhale and exhale, lengthening out. Left, right shoulder reaching back. And we'll gently, safely come out of the pose. Feet facing forward, and we'll come back to our mountain pose. Alrighty, so we're going to call on the hamstrings again with our counter pose of a forward bend. It's safe with Uttanasana. It's not Uttanasana. All right, so if you have, you need some propping in front of you, have that there, and we'll be with the breath. Let's do it. Inhale up here. Nice big inhale. Feel the extension, standing full body stretch. And exhale. Here we go down. Soften the knees any amount you need to. Maybe starting up a little higher. Feeling the ground of the feet. Feeling the heels root as you lengthen up the back of the body, and then the crown of the head starts to descend. Blocks may come to a lower level. Hands may come to the floor. Breathing into this here. Your Uttanasana. Heels root. Feel those hamstrings lengthen. Crown of the head descending down. Always respectful of any blood pressure issues, glaucoma. Maybe even closing the eyes. Being with the breath, sending the exhale to what might be talking to you. We want to safely come up. Hands may need to come to the knees. That's fine. Those that want to extend the arms away from each other, being with the breath. Oh, big inhale. Once more, the standing full body stretch here. You may want to add a safe little back bend to this. If not, stay lengthening up. What works for you? Another big inhale. Extend, extend, extend. And then exhale. We'll release the arms down. All righty, my friends. Now it's time to transition back down to the mat for your relaxation, your Shavasana. So always invitation when you come down and say, hey, something else I need to do, please take a moment and do that. Adding propping under the knees, adding propping under the head, whatever you feel like you need to do this morning. For the body to relax, it needs to be comfortable. And as you start to settle in, it's always the permission of letting go. Corpse pose, letting go. Left arm completely relaxes. Right arm relaxes. And the same with the legs. Left leg lets go. Right arm, right leg lets go. Always the softest in the facial muscles, around the eyes, around the ears. Releasing the tongue down. And as we started class, we'll finish class with being with the breath. Space between thought. The deep inhale and the slow exhale. If you'll deepen your next inhale and slowly exhale. Be with your breath for just a moment longer, if you will. Stay where you are and just hear my voice. I want to share with you something that I read yesterday. I think it's very, very nice. Just a saying by Bryant McGill. All beautiful things carry distinctions of imperfection. Your wounds and imperfections are your beauty. Like the broken pottery mended with gold, we are all kintsugi. Its philosophy and art state that breakage and mending are honest parts of a past, which should not be hidden. Your wounds and healing are a part of your history, a part of who you are. Every beautiful thing is damaged. You are that beauty. We all are. Starting to bring slight movements to yourselves. Usual bending the fingers, letting the toes move, join in. Knees will bend one at a time. Just let them go side to side a few times, very slowly. And we'll gently move to a side. And safely bringing yourself up. And if you'll find a seated position for just a moment here. With that tall spine, invite your thumbs to your heart center. Once more, relax the tops of those shoulders down. I want to thank you for joining me this morning. I want you to enjoy a beautiful, beautiful day, and namaste.